So I went from growing up disliking police to understanding that if we work together, there's a lot that we could accomplish. And so I took that same mindset of being out on the front lines of, look, we can work together and actually solve something and not have to attack one another. And so that's why one of my more viral, or the most viral front lines moment that I've ever had, was in Charlotte in 2016, as people were starting to loot from stores. It reminded me of the LA riots all over again. And the first thing I thought was spring into action, talk to the protesters and try to get them to stand down and not destroy their own community. And then from there, as I'm walking and talking with the protesters, that was when this large white officer looked at my shirt and he said, "Hey man, do I get one of those hugs?" And you know, you pause in a moment like that because it's literally gunshots going off. There's tear gas in the air. People are choking. There's these flashbang devices. Everyone is running in different directions because some people were there just to destroy things. Some people were there with valid reasons for protest, and some were just knuckleheads. They're setting fires, they're breaking fights or breaking into fights. And so here I was as this officer asked this, and I saw it just as a moment of extending that olive branch of, can we bridge the gap and create some peace between this white officer in Charlotte, North Carolina, and this Black peace activist who ultimately just wants peace and to really get people together to talk about the issues rather than attacking one another. And so I hugged him. And prior to hugging him, I had already assumed that all of these protesters who I was talking with earlier, who understood why I was there, some of them they were watching some of my former videos and they were bugging out that I was there. Like, yo, it's the free hugs guy, man. I can't believe you came out here. I'm having conversations with them. And literally just because of hugging this officer, it was like, boom, the crowd turned on me. You know, and I always talk about how, you know, you go into fight or flight mode and I'm still really fast. I could have just run away and it would have been over, right? Like no one there would have caught me, that's for sure. But I was like, this is your moment. You know, when I was a boy in the LA riots in 92 and everyone's running in and out of the shelter with all these things that they looted from the stores, and I wanted to be a part of it. And instead, my mother put emphasis and focus on what would Dr. King do? Then that same mentality like came into my head right there on the front lines. What would Dr. King do? And it was like, talk to the people, just talk to them. You don't run away from them, talk to the people. And it was in talking to the people that it created this really viral moment, because, you know, sometimes when people watch that video and they're like, your words were just so poignant and like straight to the heart. It was that rehearse. I was like, you don't rehearse something like that. It's either you better have the right words or somebody's about to crack a 40 ounce over your head, you know? So it's like, you're speaking from the heart because it's literally survival. You know, there's people standing there with weapons because you hugged a cop. You seem like a traitor, a sellout, all the other things that they called me there just for doing that, you know? And I was like, well, I needed them to understand why I did it. I didn't expect them to do it. I just wanted them to understand why I did. And that this could be the beginning of building a bridge between both sides, and the dialogue that we get to share and the good that we get to do.